Oof. What's up? Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're doing this beautiful bronzy simple look with a nice red lip. Perfect for Valentine's Day, perfect for date night, honestly perfect for like living your life and running the streets, okay? So if you want to see how I got this look, keep on watching. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna start with skin prep. I've already done my regular skincare, and I'm gonna go in with the Bobbi Brown Enriched Face Base. I love using this as like an extra moisturizer right before my primer. I have dry skin, and so this just helps me be a little extra hydrated underneath my foundation. And then for primer today, I'm going in with the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. I love how hydrating this one is, and this was the day where I was feeling a little ashy. I can't lie, I was feeling ashy, so I needed the extra hydration. And then I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I like to mix this with the Hangover RX Primer. I know I'm going for full coverage, and typically when you mix a primer with your foundation, you're gonna get a little bit less coverage. It's kind of like mixing a moisturizer in, but for me, I find that this foundation is just a little bit extra drying and kind of like settles on my skin just kind of funky when I don't mix it with something. So I always have to just add a little something to it to make it a little more hydrating, a little more glowy and fresh looking for my skin. And then I'm taking that on this Real Techniques, I think it's like the microfiber blending sponge. It's kind of like the Juno & Co sponges, but Real Techniques. I love it. I feel like I get such a beautiful, flawless finish every single time. Okay, and then I'm super excited about this. This is my first time using the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhanced Concealer. I bought this because Jackie Aina told me to buy it. Okay, she didn't directly, but she's been using this concealer for years, and I've always wanted to try it because every time she uses it on her channel, it looks so pretty, and I just had to give it a try, and I am obsessed. It is the fullest coverage, but it doesn't look like super cakey and pancakey when you use just enough of it. It's kind of easy to go overboard with this, so you have to be a little bit careful, but if you get the right amount, it is so pretty. I'm obsessed. So I decided to highlight a little bit differently. Usually I just do like the center of my forehead, but I wanted to spread it out a little bit more, and that's why I'm kind of just adding it above my eyebrow and blending it out. I know I got a big forehead. I have no problem with having a big forehead, and I'm gonna highlight my big forehead because it just is what it is, and she's cute. It's a cute big forehead. And then I'm going in for brows, just using a Maybelline pencil, running it through the tail end of the brow, and then when I get to the front of the brow, I do just kind of do the stroke straight up, following the shape that I'm looking for. Not me doing that little dance because I know it's going to be a good makeup day. Like, I can always just feel it, and I felt it this day. And then I'm still taking that Kevyn Aucoin concealer, and I'm running that under the tail end of my brow, and then I'm using a darker concealer for the front part of my brow. I wanted to have this cute little gradient going on. And then I realized that my brows were not the same. This happens to me from time to time. I get a little excited and I start doing things, and then the things that I do don't make sense. And my dilemma was that I liked my curvy brow. I usually don't do my brows like that, but I liked that brow. But I knew that the other brow, I couldn't make it happen. So I tried to make them meet somewhere in the middle. So I'm just taking that brush and got some concealer on it, and I'm trying to just like curve out the tail portion, like the top part, make it not so like pointy. And then with the pencil, I'm gonna go in and make the other eyebrow a little more pointy so that they meet in the middle and they are both a hybrid of rounded and pointy. And then I'm going in with Made by Mitchell's Blursh. I absolutely love using this as my contour. I've used it before on this channel, and it's going to be one of my faves probably for a very long time. And so I'm just going to blend this out with a brush. When you're blending this out, you want to make sure that you're stamping it in and that you're not bringing it any further down than you should be, and really kind of using that brush and pushing upwards toward your cheekbone. I mean, can you see that shadow? It's so, this color is just so, I love it so much. It's so good. And then I'm going in with the Rare Beauty liquid brush. Oh my god. Now I'm going in with the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Grateful. And I am kind of keeping this a little bit higher. I'm placing it a little bit higher, closer to my temples, and really focusing on blending it down instead of starting down and blending it up. I want the pigment to be more concentrated, a little bit higher. And then I'm using just a little bit more of that Blursh in between to blend the colors together. Sometimes when I do my makeup, I notice that there is a clear line between the blush and the contour / bronzer. And so adding just a little bit more of that bronzer will really blend the two together nicely. And then going in with that concealer, you guys, I was so excited. I don't know. I haven't been excited about like a new makeup product in a long time. And I think it's just because I've wanted this one for a while and just never bought it for like no particular reason. I just never got around to buying it. So I was just like very happy to be using it, and it's beautiful. I'm using a brush to place it under my eye so that I don't get too much product there, and then I'm just going in and gently blending it out, and it's so full coverage and such a beautiful finish. And then I'm just going in to set my concealer, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Literally one of my faves. Like a fave, just a fave. And I'm just setting all of that concealer under my eye, bridge of the nose, laugh lines, forehead, all that good stuff. I'm also going to set my eyelids with that powder because it's going to help me blend my eyeshadows easier. And now I'm just going in with the Ace Beauty palette, the Bronzed in Paradise palette. I'm using the lightest shade to set the rest of my face. I'm using the two medium shades to set my contour. And then I'm just taking the brow glue by NYX and running that through my brow so that they don't move. I am obsessed with this stuff. It's my like everyday go-to brow gel. The hold is amazing. It's literally my favorite one. I use it almost every single day. Go get it. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Jackie Aina X Anastasia palette, and I'm going to use this NATASHA. Oh, not me watching Gossip Girl. That's the real reason why I'm always doing a voiceover, because I like to watch TV while I do this. Anyway, so I'm using the NATASHA Denona bronze palette for this, and I'm going in with a really warm shade to be my transition shade. I'm bringing this really high above the crease, blending it into the front of my brow, and also going to use that as my nose contour so that everything looks very seamless. Usually if I do a bronzer on my nose contour, I will actually use that as my transition color, but I knew that I wanted something a little bit extra warm, a little more caramelly, a little more medium toned. So I went with this shade, and it worked beautifully for what I wanted it to do. And then just really making sure that that inner corner is not patchy at all. And now I'm going in with Credit from the Anastasia Jackie Aina palette. And I'm just keeping that a little bit lower, but kind of putting it in the same place using the same brush just to deepen it up and give me a little bit more depth. And then going into the super dark chocolate brown from the NATASHA Denona palette, I'm placing this on the outer corner and slowly working it into my crease and actually keeping it very tight in the crease. I did not want this to be super blown out. I wanted more of like a tight wing into the crease type of vibe. And so I'm being very careful using a very small blending brush to create that. Putting down some extra setting powder because I was experiencing some fallout, and I did not want to ruin that beautiful concealer that I had just worked so hard to get. I couldn't handle ruining it, so I'm just dropping a little bit of extra powder down. And then you can see I'm really just working this into the crease slowly. I'm more so swiping it in. For me, that's how I can be a little more precise with my placement. Okay, so now I'm going in with Zamn from that Jackie Aina palette and placing that all over the lid. This color is so pretty. Y'all, I don't know if they're still selling this, but if they are, you need to go get it because these shades are beautiful. And this gold is just so pretty all over the lid. I loved it. And I'm kind of using my brush to sort of mimic a cut crease type of situation. It's not as sharp, but I'm kind of going for that shape just above my crease. And then I'm just running a gold liner through my waterline really quickly just so that I get a little extra reflection. And then gonna do my lower lash line just using that same dark brown, keeping it really tight to the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with a still really dark brown, but it's a little bit lighter, and I'm gonna smoke that out. And then I'm just going in and doing a quick little wing with the dual-ended liquid liner pen pencil from Tarte. And I'm kind of stamping that along the lash line. Listen, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my wing much bigger than I wanted it to be. So stamping it across the lash line actually helped me keep it very thin. And then I'm just going in with the shade Soleil from that Jackie Aina palette. And I'm putting this like on my lower inner corner just for like a little bit of extra. Then I'm just using this Makeup Revolution X ROXI blush palette. And I'm actually placing the blush on the apple of my cheek and blending up. So I'm kind of doing the opposite of what I did with the cream blush. I place that higher and blend it down. Powder blush, I place lower and blend up. And then just quickly running mascara through. This one's by Clinique. I wanted a really pretty matte red lip, and so I'm going in with Ruby from Juvia's Place. I absolutely love their Luxe lip liners. They are beautiful, and just giving myself like a little foundation of where to go with the lipstick. And then for the lipstick, I know these are discontinued and it breaks my heart. I'm not going to get rid of the ones that I have though. So this is Madame, the Mademoiselle lipsticks by Fenty Beauty. I absolutely love this color. Breaks my heart that they're discontinued, but I'm going to use it until there's literally nothing left. So tough if you don't have it. But that's what I'm using for my lipstick. It's such a beautiful, beautiful red color. I'm absolutely love it. And then for lashes, these are Flawless by Velour Lashes. And the way that I place my lashes, I like to place them down in the center first and then make sure that the tail end is connected and then go in and stick the inner corner on. You guys, doing this look, I just kept checking myself out and being like, this is a good look. This is good makeup. This is probably what I'm going to have on Valentine's Day. That's the finished look. It's actually really simple and really easy, and I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and you try this look out and love it. See you in the next one. Bye.